Buckle up, folks, because we're about to dive into the wildest ride in maritime history. 10 ship crashes that will leave you speechless. Coming in at number 10, the infamous Titanic takes its rightful spot, but don't think it's just a no-brainer choice. The truth is, this legendary disaster has been shrouded in mystery. Was it the iceberg's subpar design, a mythical curse, or an insurance scam that sealed the ship's fate? What most people miss is the devastating ripple effect of this catastrophe, not only claiming over 1,500 lives but also torpedoing the White Star Line just a few years later. This financial meltdown left hundreds of families without a safety net, exacerbating economic woes that would eventually fuel the storm of the Great Depression. Talk about a perfect storm. Coming in strong at number 9, we've got a devastating blow dealt by a German U-boat, the sinking of the Lusitania. This move was met with outrage back then, as many deemed it an act of unnecessary cruelty. But here's the thing, this ship wasn't just any passenger vessel, it was loaded with over 170 tons of artillery shells and ammo. So, was it really such an irrational choice after all? If that U-boat had hit a different spot, the Lusitania could have gone up in a massive explosion, potentially taking everyone on board, including those Germans, down to Davy Jones' locker. But hold on to your life jackets, folks, because what's coming in at number 8 is an incident that'll make you think twice about setting sail. It's not just the military or ancient times anymore. This one's got some seriously spooky facts attached. Get ready to dive into one of history's most devastating maritime disasters. In Southeast Asian waters alone, ferry sinkings have claimed over a staggering 17,000 lives since the year 2000. And this is just the tip of the iceberg when you consider the rest of the world. One tragedy that still sends shockwaves today was the Donna Paz catastrophe in 1987. This deadly encounter happened when the MV Donna Paz rushed to get its passengers home for Christmas, only to collide with the oil tanker MT Vector, sparking a massive explosion. The fire, fueled by nearly 800 barrels of oil and gasoline, claimed an unfathomable 300 lives that fateful night, leaving families shattered and a nation in mourning. Get ready for one of history's most jaw-dropping maritime disasters. The Costa Concordia, a behemoth passenger ship that went from luxurious cruise liner to underwater graveyard in just one fateful night. With an astonishing 17 decks stacked high, this leviathan of the sea boasted 6 mouth-watering restaurants, a show-stopping 3-story theater, and spacious rooms for a whopping 200 passengers, but its grandeur would prove to be its downfall. In a shocking twist, Captain Schettino claimed he thought he knew these waters like the back of his hand, so much so that he turned off critical safety features, a decision that would haunt him forever. Here's a rewritten version with an energetic tone. But what actually happened on that fateful day? You might be thinking it sank like Titanic, but nope. The SS Eastland didn't go down with a dramatic plunge into the deep blue sea. Instead, it capsized while still docked and then crashed onto the riverbed. And to make matters worse, the captain was navigating blindly without his glasses on. Talk about bad luck. Fasten your seatbelts and let's dive into a lesser-known tragedy from the archives of history. It's a maritime disaster that eclipsed many others in U.S. history, yet remained largely under the radar due to a major event at the same time. On April 27, 1865, just days after President Lincoln's assassination, catastrophe struck on the Mississippi River when the side-wheeled steamship SS Sultana suffered a devastating collision. However, this would have been bad enough if it weren't for one glaring factor. The ship was absurdly overcrowded, carrying more than 6 times its rated capacity. Now we've got 2 more mind-blowing stories for you, and they're not just about bad luck or Mother Nature. At number 4 on our list, the MS Estonia cruise ferry disaster might seem like a tragic accident caused by rough seas. But get this, some serious allegations are swirling around its sinking. Did it collide with live bombs during military operations? Or was it a sabotage job by rival countries aiming to take out this ship? The mystery surrounding the Estonia's fate is as intriguing as it gets. Coming in at number 3 on our list, we've got an underwater enigma, a 177-foot ship that met its demise after crashing into something massive, now lying mysteriously deep within the Gulf of Mexico's dark waters at over 300 feet below the surface. But here's the kicker, we still don't know what it was or what caused its watery fate. And in second place, let's fast forward to 2020 and a colossal container ship that vanished from our oceans. An astonishing 564 feet long with an incredible cargo capacity of around 1,700 TEUs. But wait, there's a twist. You've probably heard of this next story before, and for good reason. It's got one heck of an unexpected turn. The Shanghai Maritime Search and Rescue Center investigated and discovered the shocking truth: our ship had actually collided with another vessel, called the Xin Qisheng 69. And if you thought that was surprising, just wait until we reveal number 1 on our list, a legendary tale of a Maltese-flagged ship known for its bravery, the fighter spirit. Get ready for one of the wildest maritime mishaps ever, In 2018, the Vita Spirit, a massive freighter, was steaming through waters towards Saudi Arabia after loading up from Russia. But instead of the open sea, disaster struck as it plowed straight into you guessed it, a waterfront mansion. Just picture waking up to that unexpected morning commute, a 225-meter freighter barreling down on your breakfast nook. Buckle up, we've got more mind-blowing moments coming right up. But let's take a closer look at what happened to their system. We can actually learn from their experience, so our own setup turns out even better.